Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. We're reporting in from MWC, Mobile World Congress 2015 in Barcelona in Spain. This is a show that used to be about mobile phones and applications, but it isn't anymore. Things are changing very quickly, as we're going to learn. Anyway, on my left is Steve Deitch, who is Vice President Cloud Go-to-Market at HP. Steve, good to see you again. Glad you're here.
Good to see you.
Welcome. And on his left, Orlando Bayter, who is Chief Executive Officer at a company called Ormuco Communications, based, I believe, in Montreal in Canada. Okay. Steve, let's start with you. Could you tell us a little bit about your appreciation of the service provider landscape at the moment and what their needs are as they go to market?
Right. So it's interesting, as you said, and you can see it here in the show, how things are dynamic and changing just from last year, and let alone if you look 5 years, 10 years back for us old timers that were back in Cannes.
Yeah.
But what you're seeing is enormous pressure in the system on service providers. Services are commoditizing, you're seeing revenue flatten or decline in traditional services. You're seeing service providers yearning to find top line growth. At the same time, competition is increasing. Infrastructure is aging, it's still siloed, an enormous number of challenges, and you're seeing a lot of the vendors out there. You know, everybody's hawking their gears to see what they can do to help a service provider actually simultaneously grow top line, but actually optimize their cost.
Over to you then, Orlando. What are the business challenges that Ormuco is facing at the moment, and what are you focused on in solving the problems for your customers, and what are they, and how do you leverage cloud to deliver those solutions?
So what Steven was saying, it's absolutely right. Telecommunication carriers and service providers are facing tremendous competition from traditional telecom services. So MPLAs, internet, or even hosting. So you have to reinvent the wheel and create technologies and innovate that allow you to provide solutions that are not currently in the market. So that's how we decided to develop a cloud, but not a typical cloud. Allow you to provide private cloud, private managed cloud, and public cloud into one single application for your customer globally.
Right.
And that's where we're trying to go, and that's what we're using our platform to deliver these services globally to our customers.
So what's different about your solution to others?
So, for example, is very basic. So there is many companies out there that provide cloud services, call it public cloud, and there is other companies that provide private cloud as well. But when you're in a private cloud and you need to go to a public cloud, then you need to go into a complex API interfacing to be able to connect there. Mm-hmm. So we make it the same, and we make it that you can use it everywhere in the world. And now, because we have a lot of media customers, it allows us to have performance that current clouds don't have. And most important, we're using open standard platform called OpenStack, which allow the customer to see what we're using, and it's a community base in which we can bring independent software vendors and a platform that allow many service providers to connect to and provide services to our customers.
So staying with you, Orlando, again for a minute if we could, why did you at Ormuco decide to go with this open standards-based cloud infrastructure, and why specifically did you go with Helion OpenStack?
So Helion OpenStack is a platform that is built based on OpenStack. So if you're a company that you want to have a lot of developers and build OpenStack, then you would like to build your own distribution. But HP is actually doing this. They have a lot of developers, they're the largest contributor of OpenStack, and this is their expertise. Now, they have something that we share as well, which is our vision. Our vision is exactly, we see the cloud market going from a public now to a hybrid model, open standard. Mm-hmm. And the Helion network that is across the globe with an alliance between multiple members allows us to provide these services to all our customers, not only to a single region like Canada, London, or even a city, allows us to provide the same kind of a standard anywhere in the world.
Thank you. Steve, over to you again. Give us some more about the Helion network, would you? Open standards, it's global, hybrid system, looking at hybrid cloud requirements. What will it provide customers with? What do you at HP provide and bring to your customers so that they can use it for theirs.
Right. So at the end of the day, the Helion network, the heart of it, the charter of it, is to enable end customers to procure and consume hybrid solutions. And what I mean by that is, as Orlando was saying, on-premise private cloud as well as off-premise public cloud. The Helion network is intended to create a global network of service providers, ISVs, value-added resellers, systems integrators, other partners, technology partners that will bring, based on OpenStack and open standards, these hybrid solutions to an end user customer in the most efficient, effective way. Right. Today, as Orlando was mentioning, it's very fragmented. It's not based on the same standards. You've got different on-premise and off-premise technologies. The intent here is that the Helion network provides a common architecture globally, and an enterprise customer then gets this unparalleled portfolio of services, reach they didn't have before. They have multiple, flexibility and choice. And finally, it addresses a lot of the challenges specifically you're seeing here in Europe around data sovereignty and data privacy.
Right.
It gives you the means to procure services where you need them.
Orlando, back to you again. First of all, tell us something about Ormuco. Where do you come from? Where do you operate? How old is the company? What does it do?
Okay, so Ormuco was founded in 2008 as a telecommunication carrier. So we started providing telephone and internet and MPLS across the world. Then we transformed into a hosting provider and unified communication. But as Steven was saying before, this is a commodity market.
Yeah.
So prices are very aggressive, and it's hard to keep it there if you were not there for a long time in terms of getting market share. So we needed to innovate, and that's when we decided to have a cloud. But the cloud that we're speaking together with the alliance of the members that we're trying to reach. Because in today's world, people, not everyone, but most of the companies are buying servers. But in the future, they're going to be looking at services provided rather than a box. So right now, people care about the infrastructure, how it looks like, but all that business is going to be transferred to basically, what is my SLA in terms of storage? What is my SLA in terms of processing power? And it's a service. So now we deliver this platform to customers in a cloud hybrid, in which we can provide the SLAs to run this platform with the governance, with the security globally. Because there is a transformation that is happening in this market, and enterprise are just starting to get into this fight.
Indeed. And we're also seeing a lot of partnerships and collaborations that wouldn't have existed a few years ago. What's it like working with HP?
HP is a great partner. As I say, we have the same vision of where we want to go. We understand the market from an enterprise point of view and from a developer point of view. And eventually, this alliance will be well known everywhere, because what we're trying to build together is something nobody else has done before.
Just to round off the interview, I'd like to finish on a bit more about the Helion network, if we could. You basically are a charter member of the network. Why did you decide, out of anywhere you could have gone to do this, why did you decide to become a founding member like that? And how do you see it playing forward? We know where we are now. Things are in a state of flux, the networks are changing very, very rapidly, etc. How do you see your relationship, the collaboration and working within the Helion network over the next 12, 18 months?
Okay, so the Helion network, the concept is amazing, because if you want to provide these services everywhere, there is a lot of people providing multiple services, public cloud, private cloud, as we discussed before.
Yeah.
But we need to look at the economy of scale, and we need to look at delivering these in a scale as well, in an open standard fashion to our customers. Because as you can see now, you have probably children or kids, and they probably play video games, and they're all the time connected to the world. With the Internet of Things coming, more and more devices will be connected. And in order to be able to provide a reliable services, you need to have a team that you can work with. And that's what is HP and Ormuco as a charter member we're trying to build. Well, we actually build it, but we're putting it in production. Is the ability to provide the same solutions from an architecture point of view and delivery point of view, private, public, and hybrid cloud with open standards across the entire world. The
times certainly are changing. Orlando Bayter and Steve Deitch, Thank you both gentlemen very much indeed.
Thanks.
Thank you.